Well, hi everyone. Looks like I have a couple of people still connecting to audio. Um, so let me give it just another minute or so, and then I'll jump in with some information about adding a second major or minor in the business school to your academic plan. All right, great. Well, I am going to assume that everyone can both hear me and see my screen okay. I am sharing a Google page right now, and this is really where we'll begin our journey to talk about a second major or a minor in the business school. Focused on just that, assuming that all of you are a degree student in arts and sciences in the McKelvey Engineering School or in Sam Fox in either architecture or art, and that you are interested in complementing that degree with some sort of study in the Olin Business School. Again, it can be a really nice complement. Take, for example, a liberal arts-based education in the humanities, but combining that maybe with, a skill set or an understanding of financial models with a finance major. A lot of reasons why you might want to pursue it. Certainly as the time gets closer and you're considering it, I would encourage you to stop by the student services office in the undergraduate program in the business school and meet with someone to help have that conversation with you. So generally, if you're looking on where and how to start and get information, I think the WashU Bulletin is a really great resource for understanding policies and requirements for both your home major, but also a second major or minor, specifically in the business school. So I'm Googling WashU Bulletin.
No, it can't be.
It will take you to our undergraduate bulletin. We sort of navigate through here instinctively, and like you all would, we're finding business here. And the important thing to note specific to business is to click on the information about non-BSBA programs. The BSBA is the degree that we offer to our students that are getting the business degree. So a non-BSBA has some different requirements for students who are not pursuing the degree with us, but want to get a second major or minor. If you're wondering what is the difference between the degree and a second major and minor, the degree means that you're completing all requirements that Olin asks of its students. That includes both general education requirements and a larger portfolio of business courses if you're a degree student. Specifically, you need to earn 60 credits as a business degree student. A second major with us means that you will follow the general education requirements of your home academic division, as well as any major or minor that you would get there. You would only complete what we set forth as requirements for the second major. Minimally, that is going to be 24 business credits. For some of our second majors, it could be about 30 business credits. And then a minor, similar to a second major, you are following the general education and degree requirements for your home division, but you are simply taking the number of courses required to complete the minor in the business school. All of our minors are 15 credits, and so they're a little more, tangible, a little more able to complete for students that have a lot of requirements in their home degree program. So you'll want to click on non-BSBA programs to understand the policies and their requirements set forth. The second major with us, we'll start with that. Again, the second majors tend to be a little more robust. Going about declaring either a second major or minor, as we all mentioned earlier, is really about logging into WebStack and clicking through until you declare it. At Olin, we do ask, once you've declared it, we'll ask you to come in and meet with the advisor of record for a particular major or minor, so that we can sit down with you, help you understand the requirements, answer any questions that you have. We will then approve your declaration, and it will officially be on the transcript, and you'll be able to use the resources that we offer in the Olin Business School, like advising, access to our study abroad programs, emails, newsletters, other information that our Olin students regularly get. For the second major, as I mentioned earlier, you do need to complete a minimum of 24 credits through the Olin Business School. There's some nuances there as far as transfer credits go, but minimally 24 credits is what you would need to take at Olin in order to earn our second major. We do allow for second majors to participate in our study abroad programs. Those do count towards those 24 in residency credits as well. One thing to note about the business school is that we strictly enforce prerequisites. So for example, our Intro to Finance course has probably one of the largest number of prerequisites in our curriculum. So before you can take finance, you have to take financial accounting, you have to take microeconomics, you have to take calculus 2, and you have to take 2 semesters of business statistics before you can enroll. So if you're sitting there thinking, I'm really interested in finance, why not jump into Olin's Intro to Finance course this fall semester? You cannot. We strictly enforce these. We regularly run compliance checks. And if you did even accidentally, unintentionally enroll in a business course that you don't meet the prerequisites for, you would get an email from someone from our advising team letting you know that you are not eligible to enroll in a particular semester. That advisor can then help you map out a way that you can get to that Intro to Finance course eventually, so that you can try it out and, hopefully and potentially earn that second major or minor in that field. We do have, and you'll see when I go through an example here, we have a series of substitutions. So you may be able to take a course in your home division that we consider an equivalent to our requirement, and you can take that in substitution and count that towards the second major. Big caveat, again, you still need to earn 24 business credits though, and a substitute for business statistics from arts and sciences is not a business credit. All right, well, our second major is structured in such a way where we have a group of core requirements that you have to take in addition to the courses for whatever major you might choose as your second major in Olin. These core group of courses are all listed here. There are 2 semesters of accounting, calculus 2, our Intro to Business course, MEC 290, which is microeconomics, or you'll see there's a substitute there from arts and sciences, which is econ 4011. Same with our macroeconomics course. We have 2 semesters of business statistics that our students need to take. There are, again, a lot of substitutes in the other schools for that requirement as well. Once you move through or along with taking these core business courses, you would choose the second major that you're interested in. There are 8 to choose from, and then you would dive deeper into a specific area. I'll continue on with my finance example. So you'll see after or while you're taking those core requirements, you would then take this group of 4 finance courses, the intro course, investments, advanced financial management, and options. And then you would need to choose from a list of electives to finish it. All right. I'll pause for a moment. Are there any questions specifically about the second major? You're welcome to unmute, or you're welcome to put something in the chat as well.
So you put, if you're interested in a major in or a career as consulting, what would
Oh, I just turned my volume up. I think someone asked a question. Would you mind repeating it? Maybe not. So a question from David. Thanks for sending it to everyone. So the question is about if you declare before you start, would you be assigned an Olin advisor from day one? Yes, you would. I was going to sort of wrap up my remarks with what can you do now, but I can jump into that, David. Declaring before your start would be just fine, but not necessary. There isn't any sort of benefit in the fall semester to you going ahead and declaring. I would probably recommend, a student just get settled in with their home division and with their fall semester courses. Maybe consider stopping by our office for just on-call advising. You can meet with anyone and generally talk about, getting a second major and the requirements in the business school, and then probably waiting until like the spring semester before you declare a major. The advice for you this fall remains the same. If you're interested in the second major, take the highest level calculus course that you can be successful in. Business course wise, there's really nothing that you can do until the spring semester when Management 100, which is the first course I would recommend for all of you to take, would be available to you to enroll in. All right, I see some questions popping in the chat. Let me back up here. All right, Michelle asks about if you're in arts and sciences and have a second major in Olin, do you have access to job interviews for companies interviewing in the business school? Absolutely, Michelle. The university uses a platform called Handshake that notifies students of opportunities for on-campus networking event, for internship and job postings. Every WashU student has access to any sort of employer or company activity that's going on. Furthermore, the university is moving to a unified career center model. And so every student has access to what we're calling career communities. Business is a career community. So every student on campus will have a career coach through the WashU Career Center that can assist them with their desired job outcomes as well. I hope that answered your question. All right, so Kennedy asks about a career in consulting and whether or which major is typically paired with it. So consulting is one of those really interesting careers where really and truly any major would be fine. I think to best prepare for a career in consulting, a student needs to seek out experiences where they're working in teams, they're engaging in opportunities to solve problems, business problems, preferably. You are in situations where you need to gather data and analyze data, and then in some way present a solution or a recommendation based on that data. Oftentimes it's a presentation, a group presentation, but perhaps it's in writing, in a case study, a memo, a paper, depending on what your area of study is. Consulting firms are going to want to see students that have strong analytical skills and have taken, sort of advanced quantitative courses like a calculus and applied statistics as well. In Olin specifically, we have a major called economics and strategy that a lot of students who are interested in consulting pursue. But finance majors, marketing majors, accounting majors are all well suited for a career in consulting. Outside of the business school, same, any and every major is well suited for a career in consulting. However, I would say if you're choosing something maybe more humanities based, like if you're an English lit major, wonderful. I would encourage you to seek out, sort of quantitative exercises so that you can demonstrate and show that you have those analytical skills as well as the critical thinking and strong reading, writing, and presentation and communication skills. All right, so Katie asks if the second major is in Olin, will they get the same opportunities as if the homeschool was in Olin? For the most part, yes. There are some courses early on that are important for our degree students to sequence up in. And so there will be, particularly in the first 3 semesters, priority registration given to our business degree students that second majors and minors do not have. So other than that, the priority registration, the other opportunities are the same for all students across campus who are studying in Olin. This is sort of a good segue and question from David. If you declared day 1, could you take management 100 and 150 in the first semester? You would have to wait. No, you cannot. You would have to wait until the spring semester. Only those students that were admitted through the admissions process to the Olin Business School are able to enroll in management 100 and 150 in the fall semester. Everyone else on campus who's interested, that those 2 courses are open and available to them in the spring semester. All right, so I think I got through the chat questions. I'm going to move on to the minors, and we can feel free to keep populating the chat with your questions some more. Oh, I skipped right over it. We do have a second major in financial engineering. This, by nature of being a second major in financial engineering, has to be someone's second major. So you would need to have the prime major in McKelvey, in arts and sciences, and Sam Fox, or in Olin, and then you could declare this as the second major. That second major, has seemingly a lot of requirements here. It's really a combination of computer science courses, higher level math courses, and some technical finance courses, as well as the prerequisites in Olin that lead up to those technical finance courses. All right, so the minors. Again, minors are less intense in the number of courses that a student would take. All of our minors require a non-BSBA student to take all 15 units through the Olin Business School. So that means no transfer credits, no credits from study abroad count here, except for the international business minor. So you would have to take all of these 15 credits through WashU in residence on campus. The minors, I will say, vary greatly in their requirements. There are some minors that have no prerequisites at all and just have 5 courses. There are some minors, again, like a finance, that has a lot of prerequisites, that has the 5 minor courses, but you do have a whole portfolio of prerequisites that you have to do. So sometimes it might even make more sense just to do a second major over a minor. For example, I was running some reports. We have about 160 finance second majors and minors, and 120 of the 160 are actually second majors over the minor, simply because there are so many prerequisites. So why not? Let's see. I'll stick with my example here and major in finance. Or the minor now, you'll see that, there's a lot of prerequisites: Calc 2, micro, 2 semesters of business statistics. And then the minor itself, the 5 courses that you would take include financial accounting and 4 more finance courses. The major is 5 finance courses. Here's an example of a minor that has no prerequisites, really. Our minor in the business of arts is just 5 courses. There's no calculus, there's no statistics to worry about. You just jump right in and you take the 5 courses that count towards that minor. Yeah, so I would say I've probably hit the highlights with the majors and minors that are available. Certainly there's a lot of detail. I will certainly share once a major or second major or minor is declared. You will have an assigned advisor, someone on my team that's able to help you navigate all of the requirements. Even before you declare, if you did want to have a more individualized conversation about, well, one, does a major, second major, or minor even fit in my academic plan? That's certainly a conversation you can have with your four-year advisor in your home division. But if you're interested more in, oh, would I benefit more from a second major in marketing versus the minor in marketing? I hear that finance is, really popular. I say really popular in the sense that the most number of students declare it. But I'm actually really interested in business of sports. It's just seems like something I'm passionate about. There's certainly someone on my team that you can come and meet with even before you declare to have those conversations with as well. All right, I see a couple more questions in the chat. All right, so Katie asked, if you are pursuing a degree in Olin, is it difficult to pursue another major outside of Olin? No, actually, if you are a BSBA degree student, the Olin business student getting our degree and following those degree requirements, it's really quite easy to get a second major or minor elsewhere. The minor is super easy. The second major, as Dean Fitzpatrick says, it depends. A second major in chemistry can be pretty difficult because there's a lot of labs and the chemistry courses don't satisfy many of our general education requirements. But if you're interested in getting a second major in Spanish, very easy. A lot of the Spanish courses satisfy a variety of our general education requirements. And so it can just be a bit more flexible for the Olin degree. All right, and then David, can you place out of macro, micro with AP credits? Yes and no. So your at WashU scores from the AP micro and macro exams will allow you to skip over the intro courses, which are microeconomics is Econ 1011 and macroeconomics is Econ 1021. You can bypass the intro courses, and then you can take intermediate micro or macro. And then if you get a B or better, you will then get the 3 back credits for the intro courses. So it's sort of I hope that made sense. So you don't totally get credits straight up. You would have to take a more advanced course. If you do well in it, then you'll get back credits because of the scores on your AP exams. All right. Any other questions that I can answer? Okay, well, I tell you what, everyone, before I'll let you think, I'll put my email address in the chat. You're welcome to copy that down. Give me a second. I'm also going to copy a web page in here. Ooh, that's a really long link and it looks really ugly. This link, if you would want to copy it, maybe email it to yourself, it will link you to our on-call advising hours and schedule starting the first day of classes in the fall semester. Again, my best advice to you, work with your four-year advisor in your home division to get a schedule that you're really excited about for the fall semester. Get off to a good start, settle in. When late September, early October rolls around, come to my office, check that schedule out, come to my office and meet with an on-call advisor and have a conversation about what, if you're ready to embrace something in the business school, what you could do in the spring semester. There'll be more opportunities available for you in the spring to get started on that second major or minor, or even just to explore what it might be like to do some studies in business. I see a couple more questions and I'll grab those. Okay, double major in math and arts and sciences. How does Olin requirements help? Oh, okay, sure. So you would certainly knock through the calculus requirements, potentially like our science general education requirement, and then the advanced electives as well. So a double major in math, I've had plenty of students do it over the years. So that is not too terribly difficult to fit into your academic plan at all. And then a question, also from Doug, the double major in economics. So the double major, we actually have a lot of arts and sciences economics students that get a second major or minor with us in business, and then vice versa. I have a number of Olin degree students, the BSBAs, who would get a second major or minor in economics. There is a lot of overlap. As I was going through the bulletin, you probably noticed a lot of substitutes in economics for our courses. So there is some overlap there. You can substitute requirements. You just need to work closely with your advisor to make sure you have enough credits for both programs. But that one's a pretty common one where students study across both schools. Well, super. Well, I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope you're enjoying the rest of summer and are really excited about joining us at WashU. We're certainly looking forward to welcoming you on campus in August. So be safe, enjoy your summers, and get plenty of rest so you're ready for the year. Thanks everyone for attending.